spirituality. My name is Efe West, reaching you live and direct out of Africa. If it's your first time on this channel, you are very highly welcome. This is the place where separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I am going to be talking about the fallacy of forgiveness. This concept called forgiveness. Why I strongly believe it's a fallacy, especially in Christianity, and the place of hellfire in African spirituality, or where is hellfire in African spirituality. This topic has come to the forefront due to the mentality of so many people with respect to this concept of forgiveness. Today, I want us to talk about it. Really, does the Christian God have power to forgive sins, and who really have power to forgive sins? In African spirituality, we don't believe that any God somewhere have powers to forgive sins, especially the Christian myth of Jehovah, telling people, commanding people, his followers, not everybody. These are people that he wants to use to deceive and manipulate other people of the world, telling them that he alone have power to forgive sins, that you should ask him for forgiveness. This gives him a kind of credibility and authority that he does not have and he does not deserve. Somebody hurts you and the person have not apologized, then one mammoth God somewhere is a very wrong thing to forgive people that have not apologized or asked for that forgiveness. It is a error to do this kind of thing, especially in African spirituality and common sense. In the world, if you study nature, we find that nature does not forgive. Anything you do to nature, you will get it back. Every action have a corresponding reaction. This is how life works. This is how the laws of nature works. It also works for us humans as well. If you pollute the earth and you don't do anything, you do oil splittage, you do your fracking, you do any kind of things, you raise down the forests, you dig things, or you take things that you do not replace, you over stress the earth. What will happen? It will continue to be destroyed, except you stop that practice and you do a sort of recovery process, or you find something to supplement that action. This is the only thing that will change that situation. If you do your fracking and your pollution, then you do nothing about it, and then you ask your God for forgiveness for that thing you do, it will not change the situation. It is like me spilling milk on the floor. Then instead of me cleaning that milk up, I am asking a third party for forgiveness and I walk away, leaving the floor exactly the way it is. This is stupidity of the highest order. This is the way the Christian religion wants Christians to behave. When somebody hurts you or you hurt somebody, instead of you actually going to make restitution, to settle, they will say, no, don't worry, you don't need to settle with him, you don't need to tell him anything. Come to the church and our God will forgive you there. As far as our God, Jesus, has forgiven you, you are free of any obligation, you are free of any responsibility. You can go about your normal business of life. God has already forgiven you without the permission of that person you have erred. This is an abomination. This is a serious error, miscarriage of justice, vicarious forgiveness. This is wrong. It is wrong morally. It is wrong naturally. It is against the high point of living. It's against all laws of natural justice, equity, and good conscience. But yet, this is the kind of philosophy that this religion proposes for its followers. Freedom of responsibility to their fellow man, of responsibility of paying due diligence to the planet, to the community, to anything that will improve the standard of living in the world. This is why Christianity is a very destructive religion that turns people into a beast. It makes people soulless. Christians can hurt you. A Christian can commit a lot of crime during their lifetime, kill, rape, loot, commit all sorts of abominable crime. Immediately say they have repented. God has forgiven them, and they have no more responsibility to settle, to make up all the crimes that they have committed. This is how Christianity works. Also Islam. It is not a good thing. So God, in African spirituality, this is wrong. If you commit a crime in African spirituality and you want forgiveness, you must pay restitution. You must apologize. You must do the needful. You must settle the people you have offended. You must make peace with them. This is the only way the ancestors approve in African spirituality. This is the only way that you will get freedom. This is the only way that justice is served. You see the difference? It is very, very clear and obvious and straight to the point in this in our practice. So our practice is very, very practical and much more superior to Christianity and to Islam or any of these foreign religions are there. We don't believe in a vicarious savior. We don't believe in not taking responsibilities for your actions. This is wrong. It is totally, totally wrong. It is evil. It is an abomination. So we believe that God cannot forgive sins in African spirituality. Only humans can forgive sins. Only me and you have that power, not any invisible God. Because we live among each other, we commit crimes against injustice against each other. So when you do something against your fellow human, it is only that person you have offended that can forgive you. As far as you have not settled with that person, the sin is still on you. The sin still counts, whether you like it or not. Okay? If you look at Christianity today, they're always big on forgiveness, turn the other cheek if they hurt you. You know why Christians is pushing this, especially the Western Christians? They don't want to pay for the crimes that they have committed, the crimes of colonization, of enslaving Africans, enslaving, killing, and stealing the resources and lands of indigenous people. They don't want the people to revenge them. So they come up with this Bible nonsense that you have to forgive your enemies so that you can move on. Now, in African spirituality, it's the crime against your ancestors to forgive your enemies, especially when the enemy have not asked for forgiveness, the enemies have not settled with you, the enemies have not paid restitution, and you forgive them. You have sinned against your own spirits. You have sinned against your soul. You have sinned against your ancestors, all the people that they have killed, the earths that they have polluted, the things that they have stolen, and you let them take it free, and you say you forgive them. You are an enemy of your race and an enemy of the earth, and anything that can happen to you will happen to you. You must not forgive your enemies. Okay? You must not, because they owe it a responsibility to do the right thing. If somebody come into your house, mash your door, and start taking all your properties, messing up the place, doing all sorts of things to you, killing your children and the rest, at the end of the day, the person is asking for forgiveness, and you forgive them. You have held against those people that the injustice, it's like you have no value. It's epitomized that you are weak. You are weak, you are lazy, you are incapable, and you deserve the odds that have been given to you. This is poisonous to your spirit, and it will make you live in perpetual agony, perpetual injury, and perpetually and destruction. And you will not live up to your standard anymore. You must not forgive. For you to start to rebuild a better life, a more protective, progressive life, you must make sure that you fight for the justice of those people or those things that have been taken. You must do this, no matter how small you start from. You must reject this evil that have happened to you so that it will not happen again. This is the only way the ancestors can stand with you. This is the only way the spirit of all the people that are around you, that they have been hurt, that they hold a responsibility towards, can support you. But when you leave the enemy to go free of charge, scot-free, you have disgraced the spirits that you're supposed to stand for, and they will also leave you to suffer. They will not stand with you. They will not be with you anymore. They will not guide you. They will not protect you. They will just go. They will be ashamed of you, and you become perpetually weak. So it is very wrong to forgive your enemies. For some time now, I've been seeing some old-time enemies that hurt me in the past trying to come back to me, and these people have not repented. They just want to see you. They pretend that they miss you. They are excited. They want to take your number, like all the things they did to you is nothing. That is all good now because they have seen you. Then they want to take your phone number, and they want to make contact with you. They start coming back into your life. If you do this to your old school enemy, you have made a major mistake, and they will come back to come and destroy you again. So when I see such people, I don't take their numbers. I let them know that I am not happy with them and they are bad people, and I chase them away. I don't pretend to a fake diplomacy of like everything is all good now. No. It is not all good, and it will never be good except they apologize, admit their role, and seek to really want to settle with me genuinely. You cannot hurt me 10 years ago, then you see me yesterday, then you now want to shake my hands, hug me, and pretend that it's all good. They want to exchange and never go back to those incidents. No. This is the wrong thing. This is why Africa is the way it is today. We have been seriously hurt by the enemies, and we have not done anything about it. Many of us have chosen to forgive them. When you forgive your enemies, you disrespect the memories of the people that have been hurt by them, your loved ones that are counting on you to stand for justice, for them to always remember them. You now forget about those people. You now take on the religion of the enemies that came to enslave and kill them. And not only that, you are now pouring libations, giving your money, your prayers, or energy to the evil religions of the enemy. This is the ultimate destruction and desolation of you and your lineage. A lot of Africans have taken this line. That is why we are the way we are today. You forgive people that does not deserve forgiveness, people that have not asked for forgiveness, restitution. They are not even interested. They are still doing the same thing, still hurting you, still poisoning you, still sending their poisonous ideology, and you are allowing all this to happen, meaning that you want this evil to happen. Your spirit allowed it. So you will continue to be poor and downward and be called a third world person. In African spirituality, we don't tolerate all this BS. Okay? You must have enemies. Every religion have enemies. The enemies are the people that are working against you, the people that are trying to take away your values, take away your dignity and integrity, the people that are that are declaring themselves, they are not even hiding itself. The religion is not even hiding it. The religion considers you its enemy if you don't accept it. So you are seeing them in front of you, but you are forgiving them. Look at Christianity today. Christians say you should forgive your enemies. But do Christians really forgive? No, Christians do not forgive. Islam do not forgive. Look at the Bible. The Christian God, Jehovah or Yahweh, whatever the name of that bastard is, he said that according to his story that one guy, Satan or Lucifer, tried to overthrow him in heaven. This Bible BS story, and then the rebellion did not succeed. What did he do to this guy? He chased him out of heaven. He chased him to the earth, so they say. He did not forgive this guy. If the Christian God cannot forgive his enemy, what makes you think Christian can forgive? And if the Christian God holds you by his standard of forgiveness, telling you that if you don't forgive your enemies, you are evil, you will go to hellfire for not forgiving his agents, for destroying your life, destroying your land, stealing your natural resources, enslaving your ancestors, still colonizing you with World Bank and IMF, and you have to forgive them. That if you don't forgive him for all the bad things he's doing to you, he will still burn you in hell. What sort of nonsense is this? This is a threat to life, a threat to your general existence. It is a threat and an insult that you must reject with all alacrity and extreme prejudice. This God cannot forgive his enemy, cannot forgive Satan. It is ironic that somebody that is telling other people to do something cannot do that thing for himself. You want me to forgive my enemies, but you have refused to forgive your own enemy. In fact, you're threatening to burn that enemy for all eternity in a lake of fire with brimstone, limestone, mercury, sulfur, magnesium, all kind of heavy metals. You're threatening to burn this guy forever. You can't forgive him. What makes you think I too supposed to forgive my enemies on this earth if you cannot forgive your enemy? If the Muslim God cannot forgive Iblis, what makes you think that I should forgive my enemies? Now they want to blame everything on African spirituality, blame everything on you. They will come to, after they have hurt you, this is the way Christians behave. After they have done all kinds of evil things to destroy your life, they failed, or they succeed partially, or maybe they succeed totally. The next thing, they will start asking you for forgiveness. Allow the evil prevail. We have hurt you, we have taken things from you, let it slide, do nothing, and this is the way you must do. If you refuse, they will say you will go to hell. They will start threatening you with their, is this a good thing? This is the way people behave in the world today. When you hurt somebody, if you really want forgiveness, you must pay restitution. This is why we have courts to try cases. When somebody breaks the law, they must go to jail or they must pay for damages. It is normal. This is the way of natural justice. But when somebody breaks law and you forgive the person, what does that mean? If you forgive A, you must forgive B, you must forgive C, you must forgive everybody. Meaning, if you hurt me and I will forgive you, tomorrow I have to hurt you too, then you must forgive me. This is the way. Then everybody have a right to hurt anybody. I have a right to arrange a party of scavengers and go to Europe and kill 50 million people in Europe, or kill 1,000 people, take over their land and property, and then I should ask for forgiveness. If you try that today, the Europeans, I'm not sure any country will forgive you. They must revenge, they must ask for justice, right? This is the kind of thing that we say is terrorism. So the acts of Europeans or Westerners, as in the Catholic Church, coming to Africa to come and enslave people, steal our people and enslave them in the past. This is terrorism. That was terrorism. Slave trade was active terrorism. It was an holocaust, the worst in human history. All the European nations participated in this, and they still have refused to ask for forgiveness to this day. Then why should we not forgive them? This is very wrong. We must not forgive our enemies. When you forgive them, you betray all the people that have been wrong. You betray your ancestors. You betray yourself. You betray your future. It is wrong. You must hold them accountable, even if you cannot do anything. You still have that power not to forgive the enemy. It is very, very important. It is very, very imperative that this is done. When you have people that you love and care for, you must protect them. They are supposed to do the same thing for you. If you are the one that got hurt, that got kidnapped, that got enslaved, how will you feel when you hear that your people are forgiving the people that captured you into slavery? Not they are forgiving them, they are now partying with them, eating with them, going to church with them, praying with them. They did not care about you, they are forgetting you. How will you feel as a human being? If you have any freedom or you kind of survive that incident, do you think you are still going to want to go back to your family that forgot about you? Do you think you want to go back to them, to go and make friends with them, to go and introduce yourself to them that, hey, it was me that was taken away 20 years ago. I want to come back. You will just want to start a new life by yourself. If you have any value you can offer, you will just want to go somewhere far, start a new community, start a new family, and forget about those people that forget about you. This is the way any rational person will do. So when you forget about your loved ones just like that, and you start palling with the enemy, associating and frolicking, flirting with the enemy, romanizing the enemies, what do you think those people that were taken away will feel? How do you think they will feel? This is a very, very wrong thing. And a lot of Africans, they are behaving exactly like this. We have to learn from history. History always repeats itself if you don't learn from it. You must learn from history. And we must make things different. If we want our life to be better, we want our life to improve, we must be very conscious and accountable. And we must hold the enemies accountable for any actions or inactions. And we too have to also hold ourselves accountable. This is the proper and natural thing to do in life. We are not living to these expectations. That's why things are the way they are with us. We have disgraced our ancestors. We don't even know who we are. We're just like fools and clowns. And at the same time, we are fighting for equality. Nobody will give you equality. Nobody will. The white guy is not going to think you are the same level with them because they see you as somebody that lacks dignity. Your own people that were taken and destroyed and killed, you cannot even do anything. You just forget about them easily. And now you want to come and party with them. You think they will take you seriously? You think they will respect you? They will treat you as a third class. They will treat you as a slave, as somebody that have no value. Because they have been killing you for years and nothing happens to them. And yet you still want to come to fight for equal rights to integrate with it. It will never happen. We will still have cases of racism. As far as you still go to their companies and their factories to work, to go and beg for food, as far as you still look up to them to point the direction of the world forward, there will always be racism and discrimination until you stand up for yourself and do right by yourself and focus on building yourself to give yourself some fucking self-respect. So this is what I hold myself to, my own principles. You cannot mess me up in this lifetime then, call yourself my family member or friend, and now you want to come back into my life and like as if nothing happened, then allow me to accept you, forgive you. I don't forgive you. I never forgive. If you try me, you'll see Pepe. I am not planning to go to heaven, by the way. They tell you that if you forgive, God will forgive you. He can go to hell with his dirty forgiveness. I don't need it. It's fake. I'm not going to heaven. It's Christians that want to go to heaven, so they can think that mentality. But if you hurt me, I will never allow you back into my life again. Except I see genuine repentance in you. I must push you far away and concentrate on good people that I will meet in my future. A snake is a snake. When you forgive a snake, it comes back with a bigger plan to come and stab you in the back. This is the way all these kind of people behave. A lot of us have been making mistakes, keep forgiving family members over and over, and then they keep doing the same thing and you keep complaining again and again. When your family members have hurt you, you know that these people are not good for you. They are toxic to you in your flow. They are the one that is always taking care of them. They're always taking things from you, draining you, suffocating you, and still wishing you bad. Cut away from toxic family members. This is the way you can progress. Cut away from them. Stop giving them finance and build your own life by yourself. Don't care about them. Meet good people. Create a new family in your own image and likeness. This is the way life is supposed to be. Any tree that does not bear fruit, you should cut it down. It is better to be on your own than say you have hand, your hand is lifeless. Cut that hand off. I mean, they're not talking like this for their Bible. Many Africans are not paying attention to all this advice. If you have people in your life that have hurt you in the past, don't allow them back into your life. Don't make them part of your future. They will do the same thing. When you see these people that hurt us, now you see our people running to their country. Why are they running there? Because many of them cannot be able to build a life for them. The religion they follow, the Christian religion, have failed them. The Muslim religion have failed them. Even the Western government we are doing in Africa is failing a lot of people. So you see more and more Africans selling themselves into slavery. I'm even telling you that some people are saying that even if a slave ship shows up to the shores of some countries from Europe, some Africans will really go there to put their hands in shame. In their mind, they are escaping suffering and poverty. As Africans, the only way forward is just the way forward. We must take responsibility for our actions. We cannot keep running into religion. It is a shame. It will not help us. It has never helped us. We must take responsibility and we must hold ourselves accountable and also other people accountable. We do not forgive people that don't deserve forgiveness. It is an error, a serious error against your soul, your spirit, your ancestors, your bloodline, and everything you hold dear. For you to forgive somebody that did something and did not, it means that first of all, you have no value. Second of all, you have no integrity. Third of all, you have no dignity. Fourth, you are weak. You are like dodo. Anybody can do anything to you. It is shameful thing. You must have some self-respect as a human being. If you don't have self-respect, nobody will make friends with you. Salt only have value because of its taste. If salt loses its taste, it's people will step on it. When you have no taste anymore, you have no integrity, no dignity, you are a piece of shit. I don't associate with those kind of people. People of value will not associate with you. This is what you need to know. You have reduced your value. In the spirit world and in the eyes of humanity, you have reduced your value, but you don't know. You are now a slave to Jesus. This is now your suffering begins. The wrong mentality they are teaching in the church is poisoning our body, our minds, and our soul. We must reject this. You cannot forgive people that did not ask for forgiveness. It is wrong. The church wants you to do like this so that you will not hold them accountable for all the evils they have done to your people. This is exactly why they preach forgiveness, whereas they themselves don't forgive. Their own God cannot forgive Satan. If their God cannot forgive Satan, why should you forgive your enemies? And then they want you to be weak, to be spineless, to have no power, and they want to cut you off from your history. They are the ones doing that, cut you off from your bloodline, cut you off from your ancestors, cut you off from your language, from your culture, cut you off from everything that gives you value and power. This is the essence of the church in Africa, to cut us off totally from everything that makes up African people. And then we become caricatures. This is their mission and vision for us. This is poisonous. If you accept this, you are dead. Nothing can save you. Nothing can save you. Not even the ancestors can save you. Creative that will reject this state of mind as quickly as possible. So Christianity, there is no forgiveness there. Your enemies without them asking for forgiveness without them asking for forgiveness is a serious error. We damage your reputation, we damage your body, spirit, and soul. We make the ancestors renege against you. We cause hatred and poverty and depression to you. Remembering the crimes of your enemies is not holding grudge. It's holding grudge. Don't let anybody deceive you. Holding grudge is when you do something or somebody you do something bad and you still putting it in your mind. No, remembering your fallen ancestors, your loved ones, is keeping their memory alive. It is not holding grudge. It's keeping score and asking for justice. When somebody hurt you, somebody stole from you, and you just cannot let it go. You must remember it. Even if you cannot do anything, don't sweep it under the rug. Don't allow the person to go without any punishment. You must keep it in mind. You have a responsibility to fight that, to document it, in order to make sure that this happens, somebody did something to you, and to make sure that it does not happen again. This is how life should be. We must be accountable. You have to find a way to be accountable. Don't just be letting things slide. It will reduce your value. This is what I have to say. When people hurt you, do not, and they did not ask for forgiveness. If you let it slide, you forgive them, you allow them to come back again, they will do the same thing. Okay? So in order to protect yourself, to protect your sanity, and to prevent this kind of things, you must find a way to block it. When the people cannot refuse to apologize, then let them get out of your life. They are not good people. They are toxic people. They don't wish you well. it is better for it to be like this. It will give you a sense of understanding that these people you are not in the right place. You need to keep moving forward until you find the right place where you will have peace. You can never have peace with this kind of people. These people do not respect you. These people do not consider you worthy enough to give you any kind of respectable or consign. These people think you are inferior or you are less than them or you have no value. You should know by their actions. All these things are there. So to preserve your sanity, your presence of mind, integrity, you have to walk away from just such kinds of relationship or situations and build a better future by protecting yourself, creating conditions that will make it difficult for people to come and hurt you or to come and take things from you. This is the only way that you can create a better future. Out of that incident, you must learn a lesson. Africa have refused to learn their lesson. You see many African countries today, we are still dependent on the colonial master. We are not thinking of building technologies to protect us. We are not thinking of putting our people as the priority. First, all they think about is taking loans or trying to flirt with foreign countries by thinking that when they do this, they are actually they are going to be giving better crumbs at the table. It does not work because they have no self-respect, no dignity, and they cannot hold their enemies accountable. So the enemy will never respect you. He keep treating you like trash until the day you will wake up. We'll continue to be in this situation until the day we wake up. This is the only thing that will happen in this situation. So the sooner you notice, the better you know peace. So in African spirituality, hell does not exist. Hell is the conditions that you create for yourself by your actions and inactions. We don't believe that when people die, they will go to a place to burn. What we believe is in reincarnation. You're coming back here to learn the lessons and to create a better life for yourself. If you do not forgive you create a sense of integrity for yourself. When you come back, you will come back in a better position to protect against all these things. But when you don't, you forgive your enemies, you behave like a slave, you die like a slave, you will probably reincarnate back as a slave because you only have slave mentality and slave reality. All your experiences will relate to that kind of condition because you allow that condition to happen to you. But when you reject this kind of conditions, you must surely come back in a better place, or you choose not to come back at all. This is just the way it happens. You reincarnate back, and you will reincarnate back into your African race. Okra will not go and germinate apple. Apple will not go and germinate tomatoes. Tomatoes will not go and germinate yam or plantain. Okay? The DNA you are carrying is that DNA that you can only reincarnate through. So that's mentality of people deceiving you that you can die, you become a white man, everywhere will be good. If you are a poor man in this life, you will come back as a rich man. All these are lies to deceive people. You must only reincarnate in your bloodline. This is the way life works. This is the way science works. What you give is what you get. Garbage in, garbage out. So there's no escaping your reality except you change your perception. The sooner you start holding yourself accountable and holding your enemies accountable, the better for you. You must not leave everything to chance. Life does not happen by chance. Okay? So this is the common sense things that we deal with here in African spirituality to make us better informed and to empower us to prepare for a very, very positive and a progressive future. So that fallacy of forgiveness, it does not work. If somebody does not ask for it, do not give it to them. It makes you sheep and it makes you have no value. You must hold them accountable. Even in the next life, you will continue to hold them accountable. Now, so that they do them. People that have dignity, integrity, hold people accountable, and they also hold themselves accountable. Look at all the religions. All of them have enemies. Jehovah is holding Satan accountable. In Islam, or the Allah is holding Iblis accountable. You look at Buddhism, you must hold your enemies accountable to create dignity and some sort of value. Somebody is holding his enemy accountable but wants you to forgive your own enemy. Of course, he knows that he's your enemy. He wants you to forgive him so that you will not fight him. You think they don't know what they are doing with this forgiveness? Christians do not forgive. Okay, don't let anybody deceive you and steal your shine. Okay, don't let any witch, any wizard, any fake Christian, any maggots, any charlatans, any goats, any beast of no training, any 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 carcass deceive you with this fake ideology that is poisonous to your mind, body, spirit, and soul. You must hold them accountable. All the people that have been attacking me on this channel, why are they not forgiving me? The fake Christians that are coming here, una don't forgive me. Una they attack me every day. Even one charlatan is there now asking for WhatsApp number. You think say I don't know now? You thief. Una they forgive me? No. Una they find a way to kill me every day, to destroy me. Then you want me to forgive you? Okay, I will not forgive you because you have been hurting me, saying bad things about the channel, trying to bring me down, disrespecting me, disrespecting my history, my people, spreading lies, all kind of abominable things. You are doing it. I will not forgive you people because I know that you are my natural enemies. So I'm not stupid. Okay, I have value, I have integrity, and you must pay for those crimes. If you don't pay for it in this lifetime, you will pay for it in the next lifetime. Even those people giving me problem on this channel, I will still not forgive you. So don't think that 20 years later we're going to cash up. We need to cash up anything. We will cash down. Okay, so I'm gonna continue with that iniquity. I record everything down. Okay, that is the way life is. Make una keep score. Keep your score. I keep my score. God not go vex. Okay, those tips them that did all these evil things to us, I will not forgive them. It is disrespectful to the memory of my ancestors to forgive these criminals. It's very disrespectful. I will never do that. So any man of dignity must hold people accountable, must ask and demand justice, and you will get it when you demand for it. So this is just the way it is. So I think I will stop here for today. A word is enough for the wise. Questions and comments are welcome as usual. Like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and after you subscribe, hit the notification bell. And even after you hit the notification bell, please bookmark the channel, because for some unexplainable reason, people do not get my notifications. I have more than 25,000, 28,000 subscribers. I'll be having view of less than 500 in a week. So all the other 1,000 people that subscribe, are they not watching the channel? They subscribe, they travel, or somebody is not sending these notifications to them so that they will not see the videos. All these things are what we have to talk about, and then they will still ask for forgiveness after making all these grievous mistakes. Does it make sense? We should be talking about all these things. So they say silent is consent. I will not be so. So all those ones join, according to who are coupled with the accidents. So it don't happen, it don't happen. They say we breeze blow, power yansh go open. So we go leave her like that today. Now who get load, now go carry the load. So if you say your history, your ancestors not get value, your family members not get value, continue to forgive like Mumu. We not get sense. Now you not know. Now so your children go still forgive the people we go kill you too. Then you yourself, your eye go play. So it just be like that too. That the way we see them might be. So I thank you very much for watching today. I'm very, very delighted. And of course, you know, say I go talk about my book before. So people that want to know about African spirituality, the ancient Kemetic deities, this is the book that they need. This book will tell you everything to know about our African ancestors, and you will know about them, especially the Kemetic ones, their ideology, their characteristics, their orientation, their personality, and how to make contact with them. The rites and rituals are contained in this book. The specific instructions on how to resurrect them back into this reality, to bring them into your consciousness. This is a very powerful book that I have written that will help you, guide you in the light of the ancestors. This book will balance your scales. Okay, it will take you straight to Amente, the land of the spirit world. This is our own heaven. It was heaven before heaven. The spirit world, we call it Amente. So these are whispers from Amente. Here you will know how to ascend. We pathways to ascension. The spirits here want to make contact with you. They want to show themselves to you. Okay, so you can bring them forth into this reality. You can summon them with this book. This is what I'm trying to say. You say African green world, powerful green world. The spirits here are not your enemies. They are your guiding lights. The same guiding light that take ancient Africa to the height of civilization. They are still here today waiting for you to call on them. So get that book. Then Walking in the Shadow of the Gods. If you want to know how to do spells, over 200 African spells are here. A lot of herbs, knowledge of herbs. I put all the names, easy for you to trace. Compounds means you can solve many problems with this book. You can open your own shrine with this book. You can get it. Very powerful book, easy to understand, straightforward, simple language. Everything you need to know is here. Then if you want to know about quantum physics, this very, very complicated, difficult subject that some people are claiming is only for genius. It is our own African spirituality, our own African knowledge. This is what Western people are studying under the topic of quantum physics. So if you want to know about this subject, and from a pure 100% Afrocentric perspective, this is a book you must read. This is the first book written on quantum physics in the history of Nigeria. Even Africa, I never see another one because I studied this subject extensively. So if you want to know about it without any noise and gibberish, all those complicated grammar and jargons not to make you understand it, all those complicated formulas, this will take you right to the point. It's not expensive, okay? This one is just $50. The rest two is 100 each. The three of them is just $300, postage included. And you get this information as your fingertip, and you start tapping into it instead of wasting time going to church and abusing yourself, forgiving your enemies that have not said sorry, that are still perpetuating the same crime, that have not changed their sport. Instead of disgracing yourself, get knowledge, get wisdom, and start doing something positive. It is better that way. Hold yourself accountable, hold your ancestors accountable, hold your enemies accountable. This is how dignified people behave in the world. Okay, world is enough for the wise. So get these books, and anything you are getting, get wisdom. Then if you want to learn about African spirituality, I have a 6-month program where I teach it from the history to the science to the metaphysics to the hardcore spirituality. You can get it there. Contact me. If you also want to buy your spiritual items, your herbs, your soaps, your everything from cowries, miracle stones, black stone, thunderstone, to so many items, I sell all those things as well. You can also contact me. You want to do your oracle, divination, consultation, I do all those things as well. And apart from that, I thank you very much for those people who have been watching the channel, supporting the channel. I am very, very grateful and delighted. Apart from that, I thank you very much, and I'll be seeing you in the subsequent videos as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.